First of all, the conservation laws that have been changed, the conservation use, the preferential assessment, and most recently signed into law this year was the Forest and Land Protection Act that has reduced the county's taxable digest by a $44 million amount, reducing county tax revenues by $450,000 annually. This is a shortfall this year for the county M&O operation. The state legislature has passed these laws giving landowners preferential assessment to reduce their taxes, because the taxes to be increased on a lot of others and lost revenue. The investment earnings has also been reduced. As all y'all know, lower interest rates and our reserve funds used to be a part of our revenue that we depended on, and that is dwindled also, and that is down by $300,000 over just 2 years ago. The state of Georgia has reduced our rental income on buildings occupied by DFACs by the amount of $75,000. Sales tax revenues are down from last month by 28%, and we're down at 7% for the year. Meaning a substantial reduction in the county revenue. And who knows where we're going to wind up there, but it's definitely going to be, the rate right now, we're going to be over 7% reduction in sales tax revenue this year. The state has mandated unfunded services in many areas, including the cost of providing indigent defense to county citizens, once funded through the Superior Court. This is an additional $113,000 passed on to Manning County. These are only a few of the shortfalls of the revenue and expense side of the budget that have affected the needs to provide services to our residents. The county M&O budget, other than funds for the hospital, has increased this year by only 1.7% over last year's budget. And I don't know how clear it is to y'all about what we had to do in the hospital. I'm going to read you a statement here from our chairman of the hospital authority, and he pretty much sums it up on what we did out there this year. So the major part of the increase is due to the agreement to make the August 09, January 10, and the August 10 bond payments for Manning Medical Center. The Commission has, without raising taxes, also enabled us to update our radiology department. We have had and continue to have the support and efforts to bring the Manning County Medical Center back from the brink. The part of the increases is I just read there. The majority of the increases proposed from this commission is to take care of the debt that we had to. Bond debt we had to pick up for the hospital. And to back up a little bit, explain that to y'all, when they did the expansion out there, the commission guaranteed that bond so they could get a low rate. Well, when they fall on it, then the commission, county has to pick up the bill. So we were faced with really not a choice. I mean, the only choices we had was sell the hospital, which right now is not worth near what is owed. We couldn't sell it. Let it close, and or help them get through this tough time, and hopefully they got better days ahead. And I can report to you the hospital is doing better now. They've tightened up the management out there, and they are showing a profit. And we're hopeful that they are going to get back on solid ground very soon and be able to pick back up this bond debt and relieve us of that burden. Now we don't know. We're still on the hook for it if they don't. So. I'm not promising anything, but I'm telling you that's what this board is hoping. And saying all that, I want next for Daryl Gray, our tax raiser, to show us what these increases will actually mean. Excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself. Mr. Thompson, I want to say a few other words. What we're trying to do here, I want to give you as much as information as we can, so it might minimize the questions that you might have before we get it. get into the questions. And so, Brother Thompson, if he's got a few more comments, and then we'll let Darrell give the presentation.